Hi there. Progressing through tummy time. You're doing great. You got a little bit of heaviness here through the chest, and you're working on those videos, and I'm just going to just show you what. So you're still having just a little bit too much here, and you want to get that seesaw bit going, and stuff that you're working on, but that's just still where you're really a bit of a hiccup. It's unfortunate. Your child really, if you're you have, and what I'm saying is unfortunate about getting a referral. I couldn't understand your question. I think the statement's really like you're not getting a referral to GI and genetics because the doctor doesn't feel your child's delayed. It's why did you have to? If I have heartburn, I'm not delayed. Why can't I go to a gastro? So I don't understand how. Again, the way they have to code babies medically is they have to be at a significance. Failure to thrive is one of them, those kind of things. And if they don't see it, it's not going to, it doesn't get a referral code. I don't know if this is more insurance or it's just the way that the professionals work. You're not going to get bumped up the food chain. And at the same time too, they're not proactive, they're reactive. So that's another thing parents have to understand. So, and again, if you're not getting the answers you need, get another doctor. You'll never explain a movement lesson or any kind of exterior modality to a pediatrician, because a pediatrician feels that maybe people are overreacting because they want your money or something like that. I'm just about optimal development and helping babies, and helping all children. But that's my. I want to eradicate special needs. I don't want to wait for a child to be. And as long as they're eating, pooing, and sleeping, and you bring them in and they have eye contact, you know what I mean, like. They're good. The government, you can read the CDC guidelines, and this is where I get adamant when people are like, look at the CDC guidelines, and then they're just fine. They're not supposed to be holding their heads for 4 months. If you're waiting 4 months for your baby to hold your head, good luck with that. And especially, too, when it also says that they're not meant to review babies until 9 months. I'm not here to say that there's something wrong with your child. I'm here to say the tummy time that you're doing is just not optimal. And that she's pulling off. You're doing great work. And I think it's great that you're hanging out with your baby doing all of that. And so this is the little thing that I'm looking at. And I say little because, again, you're just getting there. I would watch the head wear on babies. It's not necessary, and it just adds weight to them. But she's just doing a bit more of this in tummy time, right? Versus getting a little bit of that lift. Now, I have to hold my doll's hand, so imagine, and you're doing this. You have the one pose here that you're this. Just go for that lift, right? I'm over-exaggerating. It's almost like a heartbeat. But what I want her to feel is the lift. So with this, again, just like you were doing, the feet are off the table, and you're just going for that counter response. So she's feeling that seesaw needed into development. The reason I do this, and this is why, too, I don't want them to wait longer for these skills, because they get longer. And these skills, again, for a baby that's proportioned, I've got the room for it. But you start getting some long legs on some of these little munchkins, and that's why I don't age adjust. Age adjustment doesn't take into the proportions of the child and that proportion, because you're working with the 4-month-old and they're really a 6-month-old, can make a big difference. So that's what I'm going after. Don't think twice about it. Again, notice I'm just tilting this a little bit to the side, so I'm getting some knee action with that weight transfer to the knee. It's a pre-crawl. I get it. She's not going to crawl right now. But again, this is why tummy's time is so significant, because you're starting to get those pre-crawl aspects. And that's really where I would just concentrate on. If your child still has reflux and it's not being satisfied with the medical needs that you're seeing in the pediatrician or even the gastroenterologist, you have a right to a second opinion, a third opinion, and so forth. I know it's easier said than done, but I just don't feel a child with severe reflux, severe, meaning going past a couple of weeks, or you've changed formulas and it's not working, or you're changing some of your diet and your breast milk. But if your child's chronic enough that they're spitting up every time they're in tummy time and this kind of thing, then that sometimes, you need a second pair of eyes. And if they're not there to refer, and they work for you, by the way, But if they're not there to refer for your concerns, then go on with that. But I hope that I will be of medical attention in AMA, viewed. But right now, no, I'm alternative. To me, alternative means it's not covered by insurance. But a lot of people see alternative as like I should have rocks and crystals hanging off the wall, which is not bad if that's your practice, but it's not mine. So, and that's stuff to look at. Thanks so much. Bye, Christina.